All right, guys, got a 11-year-old daughter here who actually went over to a friend's house that I guess has some lice issues in their house, and now she's came home and was scratching at her head, and we found out that she has head lice. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys what to look for with head lice, kind of what to look for, and kind of how to go through the hair to see if your child, if they're scratching at their head or whatever, if they have lice, what to look for, and kind of hopefully help you as well on what to buy. Alright guys, I just want to go over a few of the facts that I found online. I have my sources on the next page. A couple of pages of information I want to go over real quick. Hopefully, maybe dispel some rumors and kind of give you a little information about head lice. First of all, a child found with head lice shouldn't be scolded or frowned upon or punished in any way. It's not a crime or dirty, and in fact it's very common with kids. Places where there's a lot of children close together, such as schools and daycares and other gatherings. Maybe if they have a Boy Scouts or something like that, your child might come home with head lice. Now, it's also very important here to be open and honest about finding head lice with friends, family, and even neighbors that your kids may frequently play with. By trying to keep this under the rug and hide it and pretend it's not there, that's only going to allow the lice to continue to thrive and spread throughout the kids. Being a parent of a child is nothing to be embarrassed about. It's part of being human and having kids. Simple as that. So please don't be ashamed to go to the store and purchase treatments or even call your doctor to assist you with head lice if you need to. Now, the word lice is actually plural for the single word louse, which means a single insect. Lice can only live in human hair. Please don't confuse skin lice or pubic lice, such as crabs, which are also only found in pubic areas and spread through sexual human contact. Has nothing to do with head lice here. Now as well, not every person who has lice is going to itch or feel that itching sensation. Itching usually only takes place after the lice have already been on your head for several weeks, as a matter of fact. Now, the adult lice will attach itself to the shaft of the hair strands near the scalp and usually feed once a day by sucking on small amounts of blood from the scalp. Now, female lice typically lay about 10 to 12 eggs per day. They call them nits, and they glue them to the hair strands with body excretions, which means they can't be easily pulled out or removed from the hair. These eggs will hatch new lice in 10 to 14 days typically, and they will feed on blood and grow for 9 to 12 days and mate, and the whole cycle starts over again. Now, lice can typically live on the head for 3 to 4 weeks before they die, but by that time they've already laid eggs, and it's just going to get more and more lice as time goes on. If they're removed, they're on the carpet or bedding without blood, they usually die within 2 days. Now, the itching is actually caused by the louse's saliva irritating the skin, and after a few weeks the child may have a lice infestation but be completely immune to the lice saliva, and they won't no longer itch. And about a third of the people who just hear the words head lice are all of a sudden going to feel this invisible need to scratch at their heads and get the chills, maybe freaked out or grossed out about it, even if they have no lice at all. It's completely natural, and that should be expected. So don't be alarmed if you see that. Now, guys, please never, ever, ever listen to Uncle Bob or whoever it is telling you to use gasoline, kerosene, or other classic folk type remedies to try and treat and kill lice. Dozens of people, I've actually found out by looking at this, have been burned, scarred, and even killed by resorting to this kind of extreme measure. So be really careful. Now, also, another ineffective method for home treatment is to use mayonnaise, olive oil, or like petroleum jelly, this kind of thing. Don't waste your time or money trying to use these methods. They've been found to be really ineffective and are basically nothing but rumors. Now, a lot of times I do believe in home cures and home remedies, but evidently these are not methods to try for head lice. You're going to want to go and get an actual lice medication or some kind of prescription. They can be taken orally, but over-the-counter treatments can be tried. If they're not effective, then you may need to consult a doctor and have a prescription or oral medication for the head lice. Now, if a child is under the age of 2 years old, you don't want to use any kind of medicated lice treatment at all, but instead, the lice will need to be removed by hand. To remove lice by hand, it can be tedious, but you'll want to use a fine-tooth comb and try to comb over your child's wet, conditioned hair every 3 to 4 days for about 2 weeks until the last live louse has been seen. You want to continue this process if you're continuing to find live louse in the child's hair. Wetting the hair beforehand is recommended because it temporarily immobilizes the lice, and the conditioner makes it easier to get a comb through the hair. So please also never use more than one lice treatment at a time in an attempt to try to treat your lice. I can understand you want to get rid of them now, but don't go out there and buy 2 or 3 medications and try to use them all at once, thinking that's going to be more effective. And just a couple more facts about lice. Lice can't jump or fly, so they're not going to jump, around the house. They're actually spread by kids sharing items, or people sharing items like hats, caps, combs, and head-to-head contact. That's how they're spread. So I don't think any of the other rumors are true about how they spread or jump around. Also, Fido, your dog, is not going to have head lice. They're not going to carry head lice, so you don't need to go combing through your dog or cat's hair, or trying to treat your pets for head lice. They're not going to have them. And to help prevent reinfestation after you're treating everybody in the house for head lice, just wash all the bed linens used and clothing worn in 130 Fahrenheit or hotter water. Think the hot cycle on your washer, and then dry for at least 20 minutes. That should kill anything on the bedding and clothing and everything else. Now, dry clean anything else that can't be washed, such as stuffed animals, or you can simply put them all in airtight bags or containers for at least 3 days. You want to vacuum any upholstered furniture you have in your home or car, as well as the carpets and stuff like that. And then soak any hair care products like combs, barrettes, hair ties, headbands, that kind of thing, in rubbing alcohol or medicated shampoo for at least an hour. You can also wash them in smoking hot water or simply just throw them away. So that's some of the facts and how-tos that I've got from these sources listed here, and hopefully that helps you. We're going to go ahead and continue with the video and the experience I had with my daughter right now. Hoping this video can help you out. She has kind of blonde hair, so it might be a little easier with my daughter here to see them, as opposed to, if your child has dark hair, because they are pretty dark. I see one right now. I don't know if I can get it on camera here. Let's see. Oh, it's right there. There's one, and she has a lot in her hair. And I haven't even ever looked for lice before, but I'm already seeing that this is what they look like. You can see them moving. And poor girl. What you want to do is you want to look real close to the scalp, though. They're not going to be down at the end of their hair. They're going to be close to the scalp. So I do know that. And as soon as I find some more here, I will show you. As you can see, all those little black dots, those are actually lice, and they're real small. Down there. Troy, please be still, honey. All right. You can see those black spots there. Those are definite lice. And I'm guessing that my daughter here has many dozens of head lice in her hair. I mean, they're just all over her scalp like that. And sometimes you kind of got to dig through, but all those little dark specks there, that's not dirt, that's head lice. So that's what you want to look for. And I know we had my daughter had lice one other time from going to somebody's house that had them a long time ago, and we treated it. And the one thing you want to do, though, is you want to make sure if you do find even one head lice, you need to treat them, because if you're finding one, even if you're able to pull it out or whatever, chances are very high that there's going to be a lot more that maybe you may not see. So you're going to need to buy medication. You can go to like Walmart or any department store and buy head lice medication and go ahead and treat them, but you're not going to be done with just treating one child and being done. You're going to have to treat every child or treat every person in the house. You're going to have to wash with hot water all the bedding and any kind of pillows or anything that is being slept on in the house. It's going to cost you a lot of money, and it's going to be a real pain in the butt to take care of head lice. So that's my recommendation. Hopefully, Chester, be quiet. So that's my recommendation. Hopefully this has helped somebody out. Kind of see what lice look like, at least with blonde hair. Here, if they have dark hair, I think you're still going to be able to see them. You want to make sure you get in the light, and you're just going to want to look near the base of their scalp for the bugs. And if you see any kind of movement or any little dark specks like I showed you, then you've probably found head lice, especially if they're scratching at their head. And it definitely looks different than dirt, though. So, wanted to go ahead and cover one other thing too. If you go to Walmart or wherever you're going to buy your medication, I went online to get some reviews, and the best place I figured to go to get reviews is Amazon.com, and you could probably do that yourself. You can read some of the reviews yourself, but you know, you look for stuff that has, you know, 4 or 5 star reviews. So like, I know a popular kit that my wife was about to buy. She was at the store while I was actually looking on Amazon, and I saw that this particular review only has barely 2 stars out of 5. A Rid Complete Lice Elimination Kit, almost $20 here. And my wife was about to buy that, and I told her don't buy it because it doesn't have a very good review. So instead we ended up buying Lice MD, also at Walmart, 4-ounce bottle. And that has 80 reviews, average of 4 stars, less expensive, and probably going to be a better option. So before you just go buy whatever at the store, you might want to look at some reviews online, make sure you're buying something that's actually going to work. It's pretty expensive, so the last thing you want to do is go through the whole process and buy something that's not going to work for you. Hey everybody, I put this part in the middle of my video. I just wanted to let you guys know, looking and doing research, this looks like the best stuff you can probably buy looking at Amazon over the counter. It's lice free. I haven't used it, but looking at the reviews are phenomenal. Just like all these people here saying some of the best stuff they've ever had or used, or it works amazing, awesome product, it's really legit. Just kind of reading some of the reviews. More reviews give it nothing but praise. And this stuff is averaging 4.5 out of 5 stars on Amazon, so probably even better than what I ended up buying. Again, some more reviews here about talking about how it works every time. Never writes reviews, but had to write a review for this stuff. I think it works, so might want to try to get your hands on that if you see it. And my wife bought some Raid at Walmart as well. Raid Max to spray down the bedding and stuff like that. She's going to wash all the bedding, but this is more to spray like the couch and the pillows and stuff like that you can't take and wash in the washer and dryer. Kind of wash everything in the house where people lay down, and the couch pillows and stuff like that. So hopefully I was able to help you, and just follow the directions real well on whatever medication or treatment you buy. Make sure you treat everybody in the house, and make sure that wherever they went and got lice, that you don't want to be letting them go back over there. So if it was a friend's house, cousin's house, whatever, make sure that your child, after you treat them, isn't going back to the same place and getting them again after you treat them. All right, guys, with this Lice MD stuff, kind of following the instructions. We didn't really pin her head back. I'm not spending as much time with it as it acts like you need to. But mainly what you want to do is put a towel around their shoulders, and basically, as you can see, her hair is wet here. Basically, you want to start at the back of the neck, the nape of the neck, and kind of work around their ears all the way to the front. And then you want to go ahead and apply that stuff. It's kind of clear and a little bit slimy, but you want to put it on their head, and you basically want to massage it into her. Make sure you're getting it everywhere, all over the scalp. So you want it, the lice are going to be down low, and you want to get it basically massaged in all over her scalp, or his scalp, whatever you're doing, and basically get all that stuff massaged in really, really good everywhere, from the nape of their neck all the way up to the front of their head. And then you want to take it comes with a fine tooth comb, or you want to buy a fine tooth comb. I would buy a brand new one, and then you're going to want to go ahead and basically run this stuff all the way through to the end of their hair. As you can see, she has really long hair, so it's going to be kind of a time-consuming, tedious process. Obviously, if you have a boy or a son like I have, he doesn't look like he has any lice, but I'm just going to shave him because lice won't live in short hair, so they'll die. But when you have long hair like this, my daughter doesn't want to get shaved. I already tried. So you just want to make sure that stuff is applied all over their scalp really well, and then that'll hopefully kill the lice and any eggs that have been laid anywhere. And you want to take a fine-tooth comb, kind of like this one that my wife bought, and work that stuff all the way through to the end of their head. And what you're doing when you do that is any egg shells or eggs or dead lice are hopefully going to come out on the comb. And then again, you just want to make sure that you definitely wash any bedding or anything like that, carpets, towels, any kind of thing that can be laid on or your head rested on or whatever, clothing, everything. And see, yeah, here you go. As she's just starting the process of combing through her hair, you can already see that some dead lice or eggs and stuff like that is coming up on the comb. And I already looked through her head just enough to know that she probably has, oh, I wouldn't even guess, probably 50, 100 lice and eggs, probably way more than that in her hair. So definitely a huge infestation. We're going to have to make sure we're cleaning everything in our house thoroughly. Hot water above 130 degrees, and then also make sure you dry it if you can, in an electric or gas dryer for the heat as well, to kill any live eggs or insects, lice, not insects, but this is the dead eggs and stuff like that coming off in the comb, which you really can't see until you kind of look at it at an angle. But this is what's going to come out of her hair once you apply the treatment and comb it out. And you're just going to want to go ahead and keep cleaning this comb in hot water or a bowl of hot water or whatever. And make sure you clean it really good. Make sure you brush it out really good. Make sure you get rid of all these dead eggs and dead lice and everything like that. You can tell that that's definitely a bug. There's an egg, guys, and you're going to see, we've seen a lot of these in our daughter's hair. Once you apply the treatment and you start combing through, you want to comb it all the way out to the ends from the roots of her hair. All these little white spots that you're seeing, a lot of those are eggs. So you can see that she was fixing to have a real problem with the lice if all these eggs had hatched. Okay, there's an egg on the comb, and you're going to see these come out when you're combing through your child or whoever you're, those are eggs coming out on the comb. And
Is there any more?
but that's what you're looking for. You want to try to get all that stuff out, and then just follow the directions and make sure they shower real good and wash their head real good, massage soap in by the scalp. Try to get all that dead stuff out. Thing you might want to do, guys, is I'd highly recommend buying a dark colored or a black comb when you do this process, because that way you can see the eggs and stuff easier when you're combing through their hair after you apply the treatment. And they're easy to see, easier to see against a dark colored comb. Not fun. So hopefully this has helped somebody out. Be sure you leave your comments and everything below.
Too hard.
And any questions you might have. This is our first process doing this. So anyway, this has been Zach09. Thanks for watching.